Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Valeria and this is the off-road range. I haven't posted videos for 2 weeks due to high workload, and I offer my apologies. For those viewers who are on my channel for the first time, I will tell you briefly that I have 10,000 square meters of land almost in the forest, and I'm alone gradually building my dream place, the products from which also benefit other people. On my YouTube channel, I talk about the stages of work on the off-road range and the construction, and in the absence of physical work on land, for example, in the winter time, I talk about socially important topics. This winter, I plan to touch on the topic of cryptocurrencies and trading, because part of my profit is formed from trading on exchanges, making me financially independent. Gradually, I want to receive such profit from trading, so that I'm able to do what I like and to afford everything I need. I consider it important to talk about it, especially since I was asked about it in the comments. Let's move on to today's video. In the previous video, number 71, I cleaned the well. I don't take into account video number 72, as it is not informative. So, I pumped out all the old musty water, then scooped and dug out all the silt from the bottom. There was over a meter of it left even after pumping it out with a serious sump pump. After that, I cleaned the vault from algae and plants with a scraper and lined the bottom with bricks to make the well less silted up. I show this in the video number 71. However, this is only part of work, because after the well is completely pumped out, I need to get it working and pumping water. How does this happen? In simplistic terms, there are different types of soil under the surface. Some have less water, some have more. It depends on the density, on the composition, on the neighboring layers of soil, and so on. Some layers carry such a large amount of water that they are water conductors. Then such a layer is called an aquifer. People dig wells in the upper aquifers. They do this using geoprospecting and the experience of previous generations. The well is made of concrete rings, and through the concrete rings and the bottom, the well slowly fills with water. Water under pressure penetrates through the walls in thin streams and rises from the bottom. Specifically in my well, I have even seen a few thin streams of water. My well is on underground springs. However, the springs are weak, and in general, the water level is highly dependent on season, climate, weather, and aquifer richness. But what does it mean to make the well work? If a person doesn't use the well for a long time, the same water stands in it. The bottom is covered with silt, sometimes several meters thick. The walls are covered with a thick layer of algae. Tree roots break through the concrete rings, and water stops coming from outside. And even though I have cleaned the well of dirt, the water still comes in slowly, because the capillary effect, water coming in through the walls under pressure of soil, hasn't worked for a long time. In order for the well to reabsorb water from the ground layer and to completely clean the well of silt, I need to fully pump out the water at least 5-7 times with a sump pump every time the well fills up at least one concrete ring. Such a procedure is called developing the aquifer. I was cleaning the well with 2 professionals, but now I already do all the works myself. So I lower an 18 kilogram pump into the well myself. And it is incredibly heavy and very risky. So every time I work, I wear a harness and a helmet and attach myself to the tree with a rope. And I also secure the pump with a rope. This is the 4th time I do this procedure. Before, it didn't make any sense to take pictures or videos, as I was more focused on not falling into the well and hitting the pump against the well walls. Over the course of 3 weeks, I periodically watch the water level and do the same work. Roll out the hose, put on the harness, tie myself and the pump to the tree with various ropes with self-tightening knots, lower the pump out the water and silt, and raise the pump. Then I close the well, remove the harness, disconnect myself and the equipment from the tree, roll the hose and put the equipment away. This work seems to be uncomplicated and routine, but every time it takes me half a day. And after pumping out the water, when the well is functioning normally, I proceed to the next stages of work. You may have noticed that I don't have a well cap. Instead, I'm using cement particle board left over from building the house. After finishing cleaning the well, I will put a small submersible pump in the well, which will be turned on and off when I need it, without looking into the well every time. So the best option to make a cow for the well is to use 2 layers of lumber that was also left over from building the house. In order to make a proper cap, I do the next steps. Firstly, I burn the boards on both sides in order to get rid of fungus and mold. Then I paint the top layer to preserve it from precipitation. And then I nail 2 rows of boards together. I don't paint the bottom row of boards so that even paint vapors wouldn't get into the well and poison the water. My next steps are to saw a round cover out of knocked down boards and paint trimmed sides. When I hand the pump and close the well with a cap, I will not touch it until I need to do maintenance on the pump or the well. But until I'm done cleaning the well and making sure it's working, the cap will be stored separately. And finally, today I'm working on equipping my shower, so that I can finally have a proper washing in unlimited hot water, instead of washing my head in a bathing of water that I heat in a kettle. My long-time viewers know that I purchased a summer plastic shower and toilet over a year ago. At that time, they cost me $345 each. But now their prices are almost twice high. Now their prices are almost doubled. And this is a real rate of inflation. I wonder whether your salary is also doubled. So, I bought shower and toilet, but I have never used the shower. In that time, the frame the water tank is mounted on has corroded, and my next task is to clean the rust off and repaint it. The Nitaba tool, a cordless angle grinder, cost me $329. It is a very good quality tool with an extended warranty of 3 years. It will help me prepare the frame for painting, and in future the angle grinder will help with many other work, such as container repair, jeep repair, rebar cutting, and so on. The next step is painting. I don't have blue paint, but I don't think there is any difference. I have green paint that was left over from building the house. It is paint for metal and it is suitable for painting the frame. Since I don't have primer, I'm painting the frame with 3 coats of paint, but its adhesion to the metal will be worse anyway, so I will probably need to clean, prime and paint it again next year. So, the water has been pumped out of the well many times with a sump pump. The shower frame is painted and ready to be installed. There are a few important steps left. I bought 6 plastic barrels with a volume of 110 liters each. Previously, they were used for soap. Since these barrels are not new and since they are dirty, one barrel cost me $13 instead of $60. I decided that for that kind of savings, I can clean them myself. This soap is white and almost dry, and it is very difficult to clean it. This barrel seems to be almost clean, but in fact, those small pieces, these pieces will give an incredible amount of foam. Anyway, this barrel is almost clean. The biggest amount of soap is concentrated here and here, and although it may seem almost clean, if I will wash it, there will be a lot of foam. As it would turn out later, I would scrap about 7 liters of concentrated soap. And I think this is a great bonus, as soap is always needed, especially since I have a lot of work on my land and I have to wash tools and equipment. So, I have already cleaned several barrels. The next step is to lower a small pump into the well and to see the purity of the new water, to evaluate the pump's performance and, of course, to fill a barrel with technical water for further cleaning of the well, and to connect the hot shower. For using technical clean water, I use another pump and another hoses. I bought quality hoses that are ultraviolet and frost resistant, so that I can use them for as long as possible. Since the shower is quite far from the well, I have to buy several hoses. I spent about $190 total on hoses and plastic connections. Yes, it is clean. There is still soap little bit, but I don't think it's a problem since this water is technical and I need to clean the well further. So this water is appropriate for this needs. And let's go and check the level of water in the well. The vibration is pretty strong and I will see later whether I will be able to improve it somehow. Let's check the quality of water now. Oops. I cannot say it is dirty even in 1%. So today I have 110 liters of water. Bye. So, 2 days have passed and I had heavy rains here. And I hope that in a few days I will be able to fill up at least 2 barrels. The level of water in the well, very satisfying. It is very, very high. Let's work. Friends, in the next videos, I will show the cleaning of the well to the end, new purchases, various work, showing my financial costs as well. I will also make a video planting trees for my subscribers who supported my action to restore nature and made a long-term subscription to Patreon. And I will be happy if you support this action too. Subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. I will also be grateful to your donations. They will allow me to show all the stages of work and post all the videos on time. A crew shooting day costs more than $700, and of course I cannot afford it. So I do all the filming myself, as well as the editing and planning of the shoot. Depending on the complexity of the work and the amount of footage, preparing one video can take me a month, and for some bloggers it may take several years. When a person spends his time and it practically doesn't pay off, the question of continuing content creation arises. Even if it's important and valuable and one has a desire to share the experience with others, often financial constraints don't allow one to continue. If I were creating meaningless viral videos, I could have millions of views immediately after creating the channel. But such content is not only meaningless, but leads to human degradation. A huge percentage of the audience doesn't see my videos because the recommendation feed shows them simple content. That is why your support and sharing my videos is so helpful. And even if a person doesn't get interested in my activities, he might get interested in other helpful human activity other than watching memes and short silly videos. And in this way, you will contribute not to my channel, but to educating people in general. I will leave it like that because I don't have any more water. But I will continue tomorrow. So, what's the next step? This is filling up the shower with water and providing a light near the shower. I connected the hose to the tank nipple and secured it with a clamp. One package of clamps cost me $3. I bought 18 meters of sewer pipe. It cost me around $70 and laid it to a ditch on my property. This ditch will be backfilled later, but for now it plays an important role in draining water away from the site as a whole. The water to the shower will not come directly from the well, but through intermediate barrels. This is necessary for the water to filter naturally a little bit and become cleaner, without impurities and scent. This hose I already used for the well. That is why it is already ready and a little bit dirty. Next, I secure the hose to the pump with a hose clamp. And finally, let's turn on the pump. Finally, my shower has water in it, but it is cold. So I need to run a wire, and not only for the heater, but also for the light outside the shower. While wiring the house and connecting the electricity to the house in February and March this year, I learned from an electrician a lot. Now I am wiring the lights myself. Some very basic things are simple and do not require special education. The main thing is safety. Do not forget that everything must be unplugged. Always follow electrical schemes and do not touch anything if you don't know how it works. When having burn after boiling water, I saw people in hospital who get electrical burn. This is very dangerous not only for skin, but for heart, vessels and brain. I'm sorry for my dirty nails, but I have been already working today on the off-road range. Blue to blue. The second one is brown to brown. I want to have 2 LED lights in front of my shower. I got them as a gift for a big purchase in the construction store. And I have the last one, green and yellow to green and yellow. This plastic box has an IP5 and 4, and the LED lights have IP65. So, all the connections will be situated in the toilet, as this is a dry place. This cable is for the well, and this cable is for the heater in the shower. The third cable will be for 2 lights in front of the shower. And I will have 1 more light to use it in the toilet, but I will not use all of them simultaneously, so this is enough. So congratulate me. Finally, after more than a year, I have my own clean water. Although I cannot drink it because I didn't bring it to the laboratory to make an expertise for quality, I still have unlimited amount of my own water. I have my own shower, and what is more important, I have warm water in my shower. And I think this is a great achievement. Everything is very convenient, located on the clean pallets, and I have light as well. Now, when it is still day, it is impossible to realize how much it is convenient, but further in the night I will show you. I'm not sure whether you hear that sound or not, but I hear deer because there is wedding season now, and I hear they roaring all the time, approximately like 1 kilometer from me. This is what light looks like at night, and I am happy. Now it is time for me to take my hot shower and go to bed. Subscribe to my channel, put likes on this video and support me in various ways. It was Valeria, the off-road range. I wish you all the best and see you soon.